Hey there, Aubrey. What's going on today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good. Yeah, feeling good today. But I'm curious. I have a question. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Aubrey, have you been known to dawdle?
Oh, I am not one to dawdle. I am one that makes a beeline for where I'm going. I think I'm a
Yeah.
born New Yorker. I really belong
Okay.
there still.
I love that. I love that. I've been known to dawdle. I've been known to waddle as well, which is a combination of
It
running and
happens.
walking. I always say, like, when I don't go to the gym, I'm just gonna, go for a jog around the park. But it's kind of more of a waddle, which is kind of like
Waddling around the
a
park.
jog and it's a walk and a run, walk/run, a run then walk. It's lazy is
That's
what it is.
so funny. So I have to let listeners know this is interesting. I feel like we should do a follow up about the word waddle, because I feel like there's a real negative connotation there. If someone was told me like you look like you're waddling, I would be like, how dare you?
It's hilarious. It's so funny. We'll cover that another day, guys. Hit the follow
Yes.
button if you want to hear more about this weird vocabulary. But today, what are we getting into, Aubrey?
Yeah, so we are talking about dawdle and other ways that we say this of kind of slowly meandering, getting our way somewhere. This came up in episode 2539, which was Make a Beeline for Better English. You and Michelle mentioned that the phrases you were teaching were the opposite of dawdle.
Yes.
And like, we're doing a follow-up now with
That's
all of these
good.
opposite meanings.
I love it. I love it. Perfect. So our listeners will have a very well-rounded vocabulary. So yeah, these are also just weird words, right? Especially the first one, dawdle. Very strange.
Yes, it is, and it's spelled strangely, Dawdle.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
yeah.
strange. It kind of just
Yeah.
means to move or act slowly and definitely without urgency. I struggle going to a museum with someone who likes to dawdle because I'm very much like making my way through. I want to see everything. And a lot of people will want to dawdle and really take more time at one painting. So I'll be like, let's
Sure.
split up. I'll meet you at the cafe in 2 hours.
Yes, no, it's true. There are people that really, we have a family member we've traveled with in the past internationally, and she's a dawdler. She loves to go into like souvenir shops, and we don't like to do that.
Ooh,
And
same.
it's, but she's great. She's fun. She makes up for it in other ways, loves to just celebrate and enjoy life, but she's a dawdler. So how do you deal with that personality clash sometimes?
It's so tricky.
Yeah.
Yes. You say, I'll meet you
Yeah.
outside when
Yeah.
you're done.
Take your
That's always
dawdling
a good
time.
option.
I'm going to go over to the brewery across the street, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's a couple examples. We can't dawdle if we want to catch the last train. So that's me being like, we need to pick up the pace. We can't just walk slowly.
Yep. Or he dawdled over his lunch instead of getting back to work. So it's not just, the way you're physically walking, although it often is. It could also just be like you're
way you're
you're
spending
eating
time.
slowly. Oh my gosh.
Just like on your phone,
Yeah.
eating slowly.
Eat a
You could also
bite.
call that dawdling.
Sure. Yeah, I had an aunt that used to eat so slowly, it drove me nuts. When she would come and visit us, she would take an extra hour to eat her dinner, and she was just so slow. Oh my gosh, it drove us all crazy.
Oh, that's so interesting. Maybe like enjoying the conversation or just eating slowly, whether
Slow
anyone's
motion,
there or not.
literally. Everything was in slow motion. It was funny. Okay, Mosey's another good one.
Yeah. And I use this and hear it much more for just like walking pace, right? I wouldn't say
Yeah.
someone's moseying about how they're eating. It's
No, I
really
agree.
about how quickly someone's walking.
Right. So this is again to walk or move slowly and casually in no particular hurry. And you will see if you go to cities like you lived in New York, right? And I did too. You go to a small town, especially if you're living in a place like New York, you'll notice the difference right away.
Absolutely. My grandpa only moseyed. He was a farmer, and I
Yeah.
never saw him walk quickly in my life.
Sure.
He just would mosey, touch the
reason to.
grains of straw as he walked.
Sounds like a good lifestyle to me right now. I don't know. It
True, to
sounds
not be
good.
hurried.
Yeah, it sounds good. So, for example, we moseyed down the street, stopping to look in shop windows. Good example. Is there another one, Aubrey?
And this can even happen in New York, right? When they're the beautiful Christmas windows, you might just mosey around.
Sure.
You're not always in a hurry wherever you are. Another example, after dinner, they moseyed over to the cafe for dessert.
Yeah.
So
So
no hurry.
So New Yorkers will mosey if they plan to mosey, right? Maybe they'll get a hot chocolate and make it like a date or
Mosey
something.
through Central Park.
Sure. But they have to plan to mosey,
Exactly. And I will. I can mosey if I have nowhere to be.
Yeah. And then amble is good. This one's a little more rare. So for our IELTS candidates, I mean, winning word, right?
Yes,
What does this mean?
Absolutely. All of these are band 9 IELTS words. Means, again, to walk slowly and in a relaxed manner, right? An easy, unhurried way.
Yeah.
You might say, we ambled through the park enjoying the spring weather. Very much the same meaning as mosey.
Yep. Or tourists ambled along the beach at sunset. That's another scenario where you might amble, right? You're not going to rush through your sunset walk, right?
Right. You want to take your time and enjoy it. That's a good time to amble.
Mm-hmm. And then take one sweet time. This can be used as kind of a way to poke at someone too, in a fun way, right? This is how we do something slowly without concern for rushing. It can frustrate other people, right? For example, I was frustrated when she took her sweet time replying to my urgent email.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Sometimes there's a little bit of vitriol here, right? You're like, stop taking your sweet time, or she's taking her sweet time. There's clear frustration, clear annoyance, but not always, right? You might just say, when I really enjoy a book, I like to take my sweet time reading it. And then I just mean I like to take my time and enjoy it.
Exactly. And yeah, I love this. If our listeners, guys, if you can add this into your daily vocabulary, I mean, you're just adding color, you're adding life, commentary on life. Really powerful for connection. Don't you think, Aubrey?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let's go into the role play, Aubrey. But first, guys, hit the follow button if you love our show. Also, don't forget that this show is on YouTube, right? So if you're listening on YouTube, watching on YouTube, just take a minute to hit the subscribe button so you get 5 days a week. Okay.
Yes, and you can leave us comments there. Leave a comment with a question for an episode, or let us know if ever, what something is like in your culture. We read those. We are interested.
Definitely.
We want to know what you think about the episode.
Yeah, or you can ask your episode idea in the comments. Our team's in there every day reading your comments, responding to you. So come check us out on YouTube in 2026. All right?
Definitely. All right. Okay. In this role play, Lindsay and I are sisters. We are getting ready to go meet up with friends. Okay. And Lindsay's dawdling a bit.
Oh, no. Maybe I like the younger sister or something, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'll start us out. Hey, don't dawdle, would ya? We're going to be late if we don't leave soon.
Relax. It's a casual dinner, not a job interview. We can mosey over there. It's only a few blocks away.
That's what you said last time, and we ended up stopping to look in every window along the way.
Well, it's a nice evening. I like to amble when the weather's good. No need to rush.
But Margaret texted that they're already seated, so you need to stop taking your sweet time.
Ooh, embarrassing. You don't want to arrive late, right?
Oh, right. They're seated. We have to go. This is so me. I'm like the responsible sister that's like, I want to be on time. Let's go.
Oh, no. Yeah, for sure. Well, it is kind of awkward walking into a dinner late, right? Especially if it's a dinner where everyone's seated, right?
Yes. And I just feel bad making people wait. And often, I don't know how this is in other countries, and let me know if it's the same in Denver, but here in Arizona, most restaurants now won't seat you until your entire party is there.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? But so then people are just waiting, standing in the entry because they won't let them be seated.
Yeah, it started happening here too. It kind of makes sense, but I kind of disagree sometimes. I mean, maybe someone's just running late from work. They are coming. They do need a seat, but they'll be 15 minutes late.
And have a drink while I wait.
Yeah, like what's real? Yeah, there's all sorts of things going on with restaurants and reservations now that are changing. Yeah, it's true.
If they're busy, if they have a wait list, then they're often going to do that. Like you can have a drink at the bar and we'll seat you when your party is here.
Yeah. And I want to call out as we go back into this role play, the first line is interesting, the construction. You said, hey, don't dawdle, would ya? Right. So you're kind of like asking me not to dawdle, but in a very natural, native way.
Yes. Very sisterly, casual, informally, right?
Yeah.
And I use this a lot. I'll say what it is I want, and then the would ya? Right?
Will ya?
Don't dawdle, would ya?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I think I say that too sometimes. Or will ya? That could be an episode, I think. That could be another episode for 2026 that we should go into. Yeah.
Yeah. Be on time, will ya? Or would ya?
Yeah. You have to make sure you're giving this to the right person, though, because I wouldn't say this. It's really casual, so I'd be careful. right?
Right. Friends, close friends, sisters, not really coworkers, not formal at all. And it also is, there's this little bit of implication of annoyance usually when we're saying that.
Yeah, stop doing that, would you? Right? It's annoyance. Yeah. And then I said mosey. So it's a casual dinner. We can mosey over there. It's only a few blocks away. Right.
Yeah, so you're in no hurry, right? Yeah. But you probably don't know that our friends have been seated. So I let you know this and you're like, oh, it's a nice evening. I like to amble when the weather's good. And I do too, right? If I have nowhere to be, I'm not in a hurry. I don't mind just ambling when it's a nice night out, but not if people are waiting for me.
No. And in your opinion, that's not the situation we're in, right? So you said Margaret texted, they're seated. So you need to stop taking your sweet time. This definitely is a tone you'd hear between sisters. Right?
Absolutely. And there's definitely that implication of frustration, annoyance. You need to stop taking your sweet time. I'm clearly annoyed.
Again, you wouldn't say that to a coworker. Definitely not, but good stuff. Guys, go and check out episode 2551. Embrace both meanings of this useful English word. Go check out what that one's all about.
Yes, embrace has some a lot of meanings, actually. Go check it out.
We're going to clear it up for you. Aubrey, what's our final takeaway for today?
Yeah, this is really interesting to think about the aspects of your personality and what this says if you like to amble, if you like to dawdle. And that's an interesting thing to talk to people about, right? Just to ask them, how do you experience a museum? Do you like to amble on a nice evening?
That's a good connection topic, right? That's a great, and it's also like a deeper question about how are we living our lives? Not trying to get super deep here, but how are you living your life? Like, are you rushing through everything, or are you actually taking time maybe once a week to have more of a dawdling walk, right?
It's true. A lot of these examples, I read them and was like, that sounds lovely, actually. Yeah, maybe I need to do that more often.
Kind of, right? Like this morning, I went to take my dog for a walk, and there was a weird, really bright sun that was kind of caught behind the clouds. So it lit up the neighborhood in a strange way for 7 a.m. And I was like, maybe I won't put my podcast in this morning. Maybe I'll just kind of slow down and enjoy how beautiful the light looks right now. Right?
Oh, I love that. Because it's true. As much as I love listening to a podcast on a walk, you don't enjoy as much the sounds of nature, what you're seeing. So sometimes you do need to unplug and really appreciate where you are.
So true. And then come back to All Ears English after that beautiful walk. And All right. Good stuff. Good stuff, Aubrey. We'll see you in the next one. You have a good rest of your day. All right.
You too. Awesome. See you guys next time.
All right. Bye.